Greetings all who roam this world. I don't know.
We never know who's really gonna start it.
We never do.
It's never me.
It's never Matt.
Matt just stuck his finger in my mouth. Welcome to the Side Quest podcast, where nothing makes sense and we never have the same conversation
I promise
twice.
it was entirely platonic.
It's one of those podcasts today.
And not intentional. You should have said it was entirely unintentional.
It was 100% intentional. I don't know what you're talking about.
You can tell we haven't done these in a while.
Yeah, so we're trying to do these once a month. Welcome
Yes.
back. It's only 3 of us today. Everyone else is at work.
Fucking losers.
Yeah, how have you guys been?
Oh, you know, tired.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, it's summer. I haven't gotten outside as much as I'd like to.
It's too hot out there.
Yeah, I guess today, I'm taking my headphones off. Today was one of the first times for work I was outside all day, and I just came back drenched.
Really?
Because I had to, one of my roles or one of the projects I was doing was following someone who works in Parks and Rec, and his role is, he's in charge of the pools. So I went to the pool, I interviewed him at the pool, and then I followed him to another pool, and we were outside for a couple hours, and then downtown, one of the main streets was done with construction, so we had a ribbon cutting outside too, and I had to record that, so I was
Ribbon
outside.
cutting for construction?
Well, because all the construction for downtown is now done. It's all done.
No more ever again, forever and ever.
The one person I talked to from Public Works said he shouldn't have to do it. They shouldn't have to do construction that intensely in our lifetime.
Damn.
Yeah.
What were they doing?
They were redoing all the roads.
Is he expecting us to have a short lifespan? Like, what the fuck?
No, I supposedly they made it to last that long.
Wow.
But we'll see. Construction.
Is that where all the frickin' road money is gone, and that's why every other road is garbage?
Maybe.
Sure.
It's possible.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right.
How are you guys?
Did you ask that already?
Yeah. Well, I
He's
started
asking it
talking.
again.
I was like, now you guys go.
I mean,
talk
yeah,
about yourself.
No, it's been hell. Like, I'm not sure if this is dating this episode, but whatever.
I know what you're going to say, but yeah, go for it.
There has just been a Silent Hill style haze every morning for the past like 3 or 4 days because of the shit that's happening in Canada.
Yeah.
And every time I'd get up, I was like, okay, what sins do I have to uncover now, Silent Hill? Like, what have I done?
Well, I learned that our city was the had the number one worst air quality in the world.
Oh, dude.
Worse than China.
Oh, dude, Milwaukee was so bad, too.
Supposedly we were worse in Milwaukee because the wind was coming off of the lake and was pushing it towards us.
Because we were...
Oh, damn.
We were right outside of it.
We're also in, like, a weird valley.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh, shouldn't it be the worst in Quebec? Is it Quebec it's happening?
I have no idea.
Yeah, Quebec.
Shouldn't it be the worst there? But my coworkers were telling me, well, no, because it's so hot that all the smoke was rising, and then the wind would push it down towards Wisconsin, and then by the time it started settling down, it like landed right at us.
Damn.
Yeah. So we literally had the worst. I think our AQI, the air quality index, was at 300.
How high does it go?
300.
It probably a good, like, sustainable, clean. Let's not even say clean because it's impossible for clean.
Yeah.
Good normal air quality is 50. We were at 300.
But how high does it go?
Oh, I don't know. I'll look.
'Cause I think we should shoot for 500.
Why?
That you won't even be able to see through.
You wouldn't be able to breathe.
That's the idea.
Okay, but also when I left work that day, it smelled. I was gagging. I had to wear a mask.
Dude,
Really?
okay,
Yeah.
but when I was in Milwaukee, it didn't smell bad. It smelled like those fake campfires. I don't know, like liquid smoke almost. Like, it didn't smell bad. And I was breathing that in, and I was like, this isn't so bad. And then I got into work, and somebody was telling me, oh, yeah, it's like smoking a pack of cigarettes. And I'm like, oh, well, fuck me. I had my windows down and everything.
You're a fucking smoker now, Jared.
No wonder I've been craving a cigarette.
Go spend half your income on cigarettes now.
The official
No, that's going to
government
loans.
website for air quality, the chart, the highest it goes to is it's just 301 and higher.
Really?
Yeah. So we got to the worst of it.
Damn.
Yikes. Once again, USA is winning against China. USA. USA. Oh, now I have another thing to talk about.
We're at 67 right now.
Speaking of USA, so we are, what is it, June 30th and then 31st? Or do we just go straight into July?
Tomorrow
fuck
is
'em
July
all.
1st.
Okay. Tomorrow, we are at Fuck the British Eve, everyone. Because the whole month of July, I looked this up, there is at least 12 days in the month of July that a country has declared independence from the British. There's us, and then like 11 other countries, which I find hilarious.
Damn.
I looked this up.
Fuck the British.
Fuck the British, man.
Yeah, that's why I'm declaring, you know, we had Pride Month this month. Like, I think there's Asian American Heritage Month sometime in August, I think. I declared July, fuck the British month.
There's not enough months for everything, so you have to overlap some of them.
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
Because what is next month? Like, what is like the... Usually at
It's
least...
fuck the British month.
Well, every month is usually for a different
Ethnicity.
ethnicity. But maybe there is none for July. July is white month. It's white people month.
You'd think it'd be March because that's when St. Patrick's Day is, and that should belong to the Irish.
What is March?
I
March
don't-
doesn't have one.
Irish
March-
deserve nothing,
What?
and they will get nothing. Fate has deemed it so,
What are you, the fucking British Empire?
and also the potato famine. I am famine.
Technically, that was also the British's fault.
Yeah.
They stole all their crops, leaving only potatoes.
Yeah. Historically, the Irish get nothing.
That's why we decided to become carp bombers. I almost said carpet bombers. That's not true.
We
that
have
was also
become
the
that,
British.
though.
Yes, that's also true.
Rolling Thunder.
Rolling thunder, hear my fucking cry.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You've never read that book, Rolling Thunder, Hear My Cry?
No. Is it about bombing?
No,
Then I
it's
don't want to read it.
Barbieheimer's coming up. Is that
Oh,
this weekend?
I have no idea. I don't want to see that
I-
movie.
Barbie
Oppenhei-
or Oppenheimer?
Both of them.
Really?
I have no desire to see either one.
I
feel-
will see them, but I won't pay to see them.
Yeah.
That makes
I guess
sense.
so.
That's pretty much me and like Elemental and Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Even though I would love to see it in theaters, I hear mixed reviews about it, but
Yeah.
it's like I want to see it in theaters. It's Indiana Jones. For those of you who don't know, I fucking love Indiana Jones. I grew up with those movies, and it almost inspired me to become an archaeologist. Until I realized being an archaeologist is not that exciting. It's literally just a lot of reading.
Also, they don't train you to fight.
Which is a classic mistake, because how are you going to fight off grave robbers?
With this gun I found.
I'm going to kill you with the magic of friendship and this gun I found.
One movie I still haven't seen, which I still kind of want to see, but also not, is The Flash.
I heard that was bad.
Exactly.
I would only want to
But
see
I've
it.
heard it's... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, you go.
I have heard, though, it's got so many, like, multiverse-ish type things where it references, like, almost every single possible thing it could. Where, you know how Nick Cage was considered to be Superman at one point?
Really?
I think so?
Yeah, way back when they were... I think before Henry Cavill did it.
Technically, he did play him in the Teen Titans Go movie.
Yeah. But
So
the-
he
but
got
like,
his wish.
But live action, he was almost like... I think he was doing, like, screen testing for it. And there's photos of him in the suit and
is
everything.
wild.
I'll find it.
I honestly, the only reason I would watch the Flash movie isn't even for the Flash, it's for Superwoman.
Well, so the reason,
Supergirl.
though, I bring it up is because Nick Cage is in the movie as Superman.
Really?
For, like, a second or something.
That's fucking great.
What about Power Girl?
They haven't done Power Girl yet. I know. But speaking of DC, you and I are both excited for Blue Beetle.
Yes. See, like, these are the tests.
That I don't. There's something about his hair
Yeah.
that doesn't feel right. The suit makes sense. I think it's because his hair is so long, but he doesn't have bangs. He's just all forehead.
Yeah. You know, for a while, I thought you were talking about Nick Cannon and not Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, I had to think
So
about
I was
that.
imagining Nick Cannon in the Superman suit this whole time.
Yeah, so supposedly Nick Cage has a cameo in the Flash movie. And there's a whole bunch of other cameos supposedly throughout the entire movie. So it's like I'd like to see it just to see those. But
That's probably on YouTube already.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, and it's also I'm sure these DC movies get onto HBO really quickly. So
Yeah.
I'll just watch it when it comes on there.
Do we have a release date for the Aquaman 2 movie?
No,
Oh.
I don't think officially yet. I think it's this year.
Because I liked the Aquaman movie. I thought they did that very well.
Yeah.
I'd watch Blue Beetle.
Blue Beetle I'm
too.
excited for because I think DC's finally going in the direction that Marvel it kind of is, where it's just not so dark and gritty and like serious. And I think that's why some of those DC movies aren't doing well, is because they're trying to be, they're overcompensating.
I kind of thought that was what made them unique. It's not just another Marvel ripoff. Like Black Adam, I finally saw that the other day. I think that did it really well because it was dark and gritty, but they still were able to stick humor in there.
Well, no, and I agree, but I think like Batman and Justice League, or maybe not Justice League, but like Batman, Superman, it's like forcing it.
Oh, Man of Steel was way too dark for what
Yeah.
it should be for a superhero movie. Like, and I say dark, not only with lighting, but like,
Just the tone of it.
yeah, it was very
Dry.
dour. Yeah,
Yeah.
just very.
And yeah, but I don't get us wrong. Like superheroes can be serious and they can have that.
Absolutely.
And Black Adam, did do it well, but also there were also then just some things with Black Adam where it just didn't work out. For me, it was way too much slow motion in that movie. It was happening constantly.
Yeah, you know what? I can see that. I just can't believe they got Dagoth Ur as like the final bad guy.
And it's just, I think sometimes too, just like the writing, like the stories happen either so quick, or it's like they start writing and then they don't know where it's going, and it's just over. It's just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, sometimes the plot just kind of falls off.
Yeah, and it's more just an excuse to do a movie than anything.
I feel like sometimes they put in too many villains that they could easily save for like later sequels.
Well, and I think the reason too why Marvel had been more successful than DC is Marvel had something they were working towards. DC doesn't really, as of now or in the past, they didn't really have something they were working towards.
They could have easily done that with like Darkseid. Darkseid would have been their Thanos.
Yeah.
But they kind of fucked it by what I can only assume is rushing their Avengers movie. Like with the Justice League.
Yeah, that definitely felt like it came up way too fast.
Because we had what? Two or three movies with like each of them big three characters. We had a Batman, we had
Well, we didn't even have a Batman movie.
That's true. I stand corrected.
Yeah,
we
we
had a Superman, we had Wonder Woman.
And then Batman versus
I
Superman.
thought
Yeah.
Wonder Woman came out after Justice League.
No, because it was Superman came out, then Batman versus Superman came out, but Wonder Woman was in Batman versus Superman,
and then they brought out
and then
then
Wonder
they did
Woman,
Wonder Woman, and then they did
the
Justice
Justice League.
League.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
We
then,
didn't even get a Cyborg movie. I would have loved to see a Cyborg movie.
Yeah, and that actor, he had such a bad experience with
Really?
that movie where he's like, I'm not doing this. I will never come back for this.
Well, he was
Wow.
definitely displaying it as he was acting as Cyborg.
Yeah, I also didn't think he was like great for Cyborg. Like the character of Cyborg is great, but it did not fit in the Justice League. Cyborg is a Teen Titan, not a Justice League member. It should have either been Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter.
I would have loved to see Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, I think there is a deleted scene where there is Martian Manhunter at the end of Justice League, or it's like at the end of Batman Superman.
Well, fuck, that would have been great.
For Green Lantern, they can't bring back Hal Jordan because that movie bombed. What was the other Green Lantern's name? I forgot his name.
Guy Gardner, but we don't like him.
They're doing, I think, a Green Lantern Corps,
That'd be
as
okay.
like a show. so
John
can-
Stewart.
Is it John Stewart?
I think that's his name.
John
They're
Stewart.
such basic sounding names that I
Yeah.
never know.
I'll
To be
look it
fair,
up.
Martian Manhunter's like human alias is also a John, which is kind of stupid. But then again, you have to remember when these comics were written. They were
Yeah.
written back in like the 1930s.
Yeah.
Fun fact. There was also another fun fact. There was a radio show where Superman fought the KKK, basically, like way back in the day.
Well, if someone's gonna do it,
might as well be Superman.
Yeah, if it's not Captain America, it's gonna be Superman.
Well, this was like before Marvel was a thing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because this was the 1930s, 1930s.
Yeah, Superman fights the KKK and Captain America fights Hitler. There you go.
Yeah, he punches Hitler in the face.
Yeah, it'd be Jon Stewart. They could bring in Jon Stewart as the Green Lantern.
Is he the black one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, was he just already in the DCU?
Yes, he is in.
Oh yeah, he's Bloodsport.
Bloodsport in Suicide Squad.
Fuck, I was gonna say he would have been an excellent Jon Stewart.
What about Terry Crews?
Terry Crews. Yeah, Terry Crews.
I think he's too bubbly.
He could have been a good cyborg,
fair.
like an older.
He
cyborg.
could have been a good cyborg, I think.
Like an older cyborg.
Because I hear him yelling "booyah."
Yeah. I see it too.
Yeah.
And maybe we're thinking too big because these big name actors are expensive as fuck.
Yeah, but you're DC.
Yeah.
But the DC movies don't sell.
You know what does sell though? Their animated stuff. Their animated stuff is
Yeah, the
great.
animated stuff is fine.
Yeah.
Like the comparatively, yeah, it's great.
Like y'all ever see Red Sun? I'm probably the only one who's.
I haven't. I know they're good. I haven't seen.
I haven't seen it all the way through, but I've seen enough YouTube clips to know what happens.
Yeah, but you at least know which one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Basically, for those who don't know, you probably among them.
Just look it up.
Yeah. Red Sun is basically if Superman landed in the Soviet Union.
Oh, okay.
Instead of America.
Yeah. And there was Soviet Batman, and it's great.
So now though the DC universe is being rebooted. This whole Flash movie was supposed to like kind of mix up the timeline, so now like everything before it didn't happen, and now it's all reset. So now they just casted the new Superman because Henry Cavill is no longer Superman.
Yeah.
They're going for a younger Superman.
Okay.
Someone though put a picture of Henry Cavill next to this dude, and they look the exact same.
Really?
Like at least, especially like their jaw lines and their facial features, they look very similar.
Oh, that's good.
Who is it?
I have no idea. Some dude I don't think had much of a acting
so
record.
Cheap actor.
Cheaper actor at least. But I still will always feel bad for Henry Cavill because he was doing Superman, and then he was doing Witcher, and then he quit Witcher because he was told that he was going to come back as Superman. So he's like, cool, I want to dedicate my time to that because that was his big break.
Yeah.
And then as he quit Witcher and was like, he even posted on social media like, hey guys, I'm back as Superman. And then the whole DC ownership happened where they got new owners and they're like, actually, we're not going that route. You're not going to be Superman. We're going to have a new Superman. Then so he lost Witcher and Superman.
I thought he quit Witcher because the writers were stupid.
No, he said he would do like 7 seasons of that.
Oh.
The thing was also they just kept him waiting for like a new Superman movie.
Yeah. So it's unfortunate because now he is no longer Geralt, and he was really good.
We're just waiting for a Warhammer 40K where he can play Titus.
Yeah, because he loves that.
Yeah. I guarantee he will write, direct, and play as Titus if he decides to find a producer who will make a Warhammer 40K movie.
And it would sell
a
lot of fucking money. You make a lot of money on that.
I mean, the games themselves make a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know how much those figures cost? I went to a game store recently with some friends, and it was like upwards of $30
just for one figure.
Well, like for like a
set.
Yeah, you get like a small set of like a little squad of like 3 or 4.
How does Warhammer 40K work?
I have no fucking clue.
The physical, not the digital.
Well, with the digital, there's different games.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like ignoring the video games, like how does like the tabletop RPG work?
I don't know. I assume each thing acts like a unit, and then they do something.
Dan would know.
I would imagine it's very similar to like D&D combat, but there's a lot more actors on the field.
Yeah, or if there's I mean, I would assume combat. Of course, the mechanic of combat is going to be completely different.
Yeah.
But I understand what you're saying.
I actually have a friend who, I'm not sure if he plays Warhammer or he collects the minis to paint them. I'd have to ask him how the fuck the game works, because he seems to know.
Yeah.
He also likes playing as the orcs.
But I guarantee you, those figures are not that expensive to produce.
You can
You
easily
cut
just
you
get
cut
the
a
3D
steel
printers.
mold for injection molding. You can fucking pump those fuckers out like this for really cheap.
Well,
Or
that's
if you
like,
get the files for like less than that, you can just pump them out.
yeah, on
with
a 3D printer.
No.
Really?
When you're going to mass production,
Well,
you
yeah,
injection
mass production.
mold.
Oh, for mass production, yeah.
No, but like, yeah, like what he's saying though, like for your personal use, if you just needed like 10 of them
Yeah.
or something, you find the file, pay $5 for it maybe, and
Yeah.
you print it. Yeah, and then you could sell them yourself for half the price that the corporation is.
Yeah.
And you can pre-prime them, and primer is only like $2.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way that little tiny 1-inch tall dude is fucking $50. No fucking way. That is 95% profit for the.
They
for
really
people who
are.
make 'em.
Yeah, like I would love to have like a 3D printer just for D&D, because then I would do more tabletop stuff.
Oh yeah.
Because then yeah, you can make, everyone can have their own printed figures. We can have like a day of painting our figures, which would be cool.
You could also use it
I
for.
suck.
No, I mean that's the fun of it though.
Yeah. You could also make like backgrounds. You can make like doors, like
Yeah, you
all
can
that
just make
stuff.
everything.
I can make a shrubbery.
You can make 2 shrubberies.
Oh my fucking god.
One that's a little smaller, and it will be right next to this one. All right, we got. That was
Okay.
That was a fun tangent.
Okay, what's in the notes?
In my notes, what? Speaking of tabletop, I don't know why I have this. It says sex in D&D, fade to black or roll. That's literally the question I have.
Oh, I think I know what you're asking.
Yeah, like
So when sexual activities happen in D&D, do you have your players role play it?
That's just weird when everyone else
no,
at the
I
table.
would say no. The only thing I would do is like for roll, just for hilariousness, the night, like the morning
Yeah.
after, it would either be an athletics or acrobatics check.
I would
What?
Athletics or acrobatics check.
Okay.
So yeah, it's always a fade to black because one, no one wants to
Yes.
sit through that.
Yeah.
If you're trying to be flirty with someone, then that's one other thing. But like if you're like actually going for it, then no.
Yeah, no. If
Anything, yeah, or you roll a performance check.
yeah, if it's flirting, it would either be performance or straight charisma in my book. Because there isn't really a flirt
What
mechanic.
about Constitution?
That's for alcoholism.
Okay.
You're going to be rolling that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, no. So yeah, for me that's an easy fade to black. I don't know
Yes.
anyone that would let their characters the thing too. Even as a DM, I wouldn't let my players do that because it's gonna make everyone at the table uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I figured I'd ask because I know there are some people out there who do it.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't role play it. I would just roll.
Yeah, exactly. And it'd be you just roll just
And
to
then
see
fade
how
to black.
successful it was.
Yeah. I know Dan has like a whole mechanic system for like if you have a kid or not with sex.
Yeah.
Which is fucking wild that he made a mechanic for it. And I think it's a percentile. I'm not entirely sure. Oh yeah. Some of these are just weird thoughts that I have in my mind, which happen a lot. A pontoon is just a raft with a motor.
That's what anything is.
Well, no, because a boat is at least shaped like a boat. A pontoon is just 2 canoes and a platform.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Like
2 metal
canoes.
canoes. Thank you.
Yes.
I was trying to mix canoe and pontoon.
Pontoon.
Yeah. So you have 2 metal canoes, and and just Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, just stick them to each other with logs, and there you go.
Yeah, it's literally
Put a fan on the back, and there you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
My notes aren't that thought-provoking. Oh, this one I had this afternoon because I got bored.
Your face.
Can we go back to open carry on blades, like swords and large knives.
No.
I just want to rest a limp hand on the pommel of my sword like a slut. Is that too much to ask for?
Ouch.
I thought you could. At least in our state.
In our state, it is legal. It's just not socially acceptable.
Well, yeah. I'd imagine if you're allowed to open carry a fucking gun, you can definitely open carry a sword.
You'd be surprised.
So wait, why do you want to open carry?
I just want to limply rest my hand on the pommel of my sword like a slut.
So, a one-word response: aesthetic.
Okay.
There you go.
Aesthetic.
Just carry a pommel with nothing at the end of it.
You know what?
It's like carrying a gun with no magazine in it.
I have seen. Well, then that's just a bludgeoning weapon at that point. But
Yeah.
that could be literally anything. But I have seen phone cases where it's like a sheath. It's the hilt, the guard, the grip, and the pommel, and it attaches to your phone, and you can sheath your phone in an actual sheath.
God.
It's so stupid, but I'm like,
So extra.
it's so extra, but I'm like, that's the stupidest and coolest thing I've ever seen.
I gotta look this up. Sword phone case.
Yeah, because then you get a phone call and you're like, hold on, my sword's calling. Shink, hello? And that'd be cool because then you can make like the fee sound.
The what?
Oh.
Yeah, in Skyward Sword, whenever Fee like has something to say, the sword will glow, and it'll make this noise like this. Wheel, 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 wheel. It's not all what it sounds like, but
annoying.
well, she is.
Yeah.
That noise actually shows up in Tears of the Kingdom.
Damn.
Yeah, which makes it canon that Fee is still there.
He's alive.
The one thing that I found was a butcher knife.
Yeah, it's
Damn.
sort of like that.
Yeah.
But I think someone had it as like the Koriki sword from Ocarina of Time, as like the grip,
Okay.
which I was like, that's kind of cool. All right. Well, that's pretty much on my list.
I don't keep lists.
I'm just going through my notes right now and just seeing what I have in here.
Okay, while you do that, how about we do a little quiz? Well, not quiz, but what do you guys think the highest selling board game ever is?
The highest selling? Is this excluding card games?
Yeah, it's excluding card games because it's just, you need a board.
Okay.
I know what you're getting at with
is
Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Or like does like Uno count in that, or
Oh yeah, that's a good point. No, it needs like a foldable board.
a board?
The Bible.
That's not a board game.
I'd say
That's
it'd have to
facts.
be like chess or checkers.
Matt, what do you think? Don't say the Bible. Say the Quran. Be original.
The Bibble.
There you go. You are correct. Chess. The answer is chess by far, selling 3 million units per year in America alone.
That feels like a gimme, though. That doesn't sound like a hard question.
Well,
What the fuck you want me to say? Parcheesi?
the answers were like Monopoly, chess, checkers, and then like one other game.
Was it Parcheesi?
No, it was not Parcheesi.
Damn.
I don't think Parcheesi is a board game.
I think what would the other one be?
What the fuck kind of Parcheesi are you playing?
I've never played Parcheesi.
What the fuck?
What the fuck is Parcheesi
I
anyway?
don't know. I've never played Parcheesi.
What?
What is Parcheesi?
You're the weird one now.
Yeah.
Damn it. I don't
Wow,
wanna
is this what it
explain
feels like
myself.
to be normal? It's weird. I don't like it. Quick, say something normal so I sound weird.
Parcheesi.
You're not helping.
What is
your case.
What is Parcheesi?
Yeah, what is Parcheesi?
I've heard of it.
Fuck, I don't even remember. It's
God
been a
damn it.
while.
So it's not even a real thing.
It's fake. I made it up.
Yeah.
Matt just made up a game on the spot.
Yeah. That we somehow have heard of.
It's probably called something like tofu or something.
Yeah, right.
Par milk.
Par milk.
Par milky.
Par milk. Yeah. I had an image in my head and I didn't like that. It's like that weird in-between state before it becomes cheese. Have you guys ever seen those like completely from scratch cooking videos where like you don't even see the person's face? It's just like a shot of the table.
Like Bidget with Babish.
Sort of like binging with Babish, but it's like, I think they're Amish? I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I think I know what you're talking about.
Like, the way they make cheese from scratch baffles me. Because you can easily make mozzarella so long as you have milk.
Mm-hmm.
And you just temper it for a certain amount of time. And it just slaws into mozzarella. Like, it's so weird. It's weird how they make mozzarella from scratch.
Mozzarella's just milk?
All cheese is just milk, Matthew. That's
Then
how
why is it
cheese
yellow?
works. It's part of the aging process. Did you not know that? Did you not know that cheese is just milk?
Well, I knew milk was involved, but I thought there was something else. There's other stuff that went in there too.
It depends on the cheese.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think like if you wanted the most basics of cheese, like if you were living in the like when cheese was invented, it was probably just milk.
It was basically just mozzarella.
Yeah.
Or like
Goat
feta.
milk.
Yeah. And it all depends on the type of milk, how if you add anything to it, what you do to it, and how it does it. And there's
In the region.
yeah, there's so much things. I'm not a cheese person. I'm not a cheese man.
And yet you live in Wisconsin.
Did I tell you guys
How
about the
dare you.
cheese guy that I met at the Quick Trip?
I
Cheese
think
guy?
so, but go ahead.
So, this one time, this was way back in winter, I was filling up at the Quick Trip, and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go inside after my tank is full. I'm gonna go inside, warm up, and see what's popping in the Quick Trip, because why the fuck not? I'm bored. I go in and I'm looking at all the foods, and I see like they have mac and cheese and fried chicken and stuff. And one guy, he sees me looking at like the mac and cheese and the fried chicken, and he goes, "Don't eat the cheese." And I'm like, "What?" Like randomly, like this older gentleman, and he's like, "Don't eat the cheese." And I was like, "What? What?" He's like, "I used to work for Sargento. Basically what we would do is if it got moldy on the top, we would just scrape the mold off the top and it would just be fine. So don't eat the cheese." I was like, "Okay." And then I just kind of walked down and I was like, "What the fuck was that?"
Well,
So don't buy Sargento?
yeah.
I mean, yeah, basically.
Okay.
But that makes sense though because that's the only part that is contaminated. It's not like bread where and then it goes
it's like a
through
network.
it all. Yeah, no.
I mean, cheese isn't particularly hard either, though.
Also, cheese is a
Yeah.
mold to begin with.
Yeah, that's also true. Blue cheese
Okay.
is mold.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's why I was so confused. Also, nothing prompted that conversation. He just started talking to me out loud because I was looking at the mac and cheese.
You could see the look in your face.
The cheese, Gromit. It's all mold, Gromit. It's good mold.
The cheese.
I'm just crackers about Elder Scrolls.
So I'm just looking up facts on Reddit. I just
Just-
went to r/facts.
Oh no.
Nice.
For random stuff.
Let's go.
So in 2016, Cards Against Humanity raised $106,000 just to dig a hole as deep as possible and then filled it. There was no purpose. They'd never explained it, and they refused to donate it to charity per the Twitter mob. The construction company owner said it was the strangest project they'd ever done.
But it must have been the most lucrative project they've ever
love it.
done. That reminds me.
That's awesome.
I don't try to get political on this, but when it's other countries' politics, it's funny.
What's the deal with airline food?
So they
Fuck
had
Margaret Thatcher is what I'm about to say. Like, there's a joke that if you gave everyone in Scotland a shovel, they would happily all dig Margaret Thatcher's grave straight to hell.
Congratulations, British man. You won a new car. Go ahead and start it.
So
Go
there
ahead.
was an
Car's all
FAQ.
ready for you.
There was an FAQ which included the question, "Why don't you donate this money to charity?" And their answer was, "Why don't you donate this money to charity?"
Matt, did you write that?
That sounds like something I would respond with.
I mean, it's a good point. It's like, why don't you donate to charity? It's like,
Yeah, why are you giving it to us? We told you what we're going to use it for.
yeah, we literally said we're going to dig a hole and then fill it. What did you expect? Us to steal the money? No.
If you made $5,000 a day since Columbus discovered America in 1492, you would have made less money than Bezos does in a week.
So what you're saying is we kill Jeff Bezos and redistribute his wealth.
Yeah. That was posted 3 years ago, so I'm curious now because he divorced his wife. And she took half his money, but he probably ended up making it all back.
He made it back in like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it him and Musk that are fighting? No, it was Zuckerberg.
Oh, Zuckerberg and Elon Musk.
Yeah, we forgot to. We should have mentioned that. Fuck.
Well, we're mentioning it now.
Yeah. So Zuckerberg and Musk are going to duke it out.
Is this real?
I think it is.
I don't
And
know.
if it isn't,
hope
I'm going
so.
to be so disappointed.
I feel like both of them are just cowards and are going to back out at the last second.
I don't know. Everyone thought that whole Jake Paul and what's his name, not Kason. I forgot his name.
KSI?
Like, KSI. Like that whole boxing match was going to be fake, but they duked it out.
Well, the difference is Logan Paul's an arrogant asshole. These
And-
guys are rich, but they're not as like belligerently arrogant as Logan Paul is.
I don't know. One guy did make flamethrowers.
He didn't do that. That's because it's fucking cool, Jared. Flamethrowers are fucking cool.
Matt, I could make a flamethrower. All I need is an aerosol can and a lighter. Elon Musk isn't fucking special. Anyway. That got very belligerent. I don't know why.
Fuck you.
So someone had tweeted something about it, and then Elon Musk, I think so. Someone randomly just came up with the idea. Then Elon Musk responded saying, "I'm up for a cage match if he is." And then,
By God, it's Jeff Bezos with the steel chair.
and then I think
Could you imagine if like Bezos came in?
I think Zuckerberg might have responded, being like, "When and where." But 21 hours ago, TMZ, the headline is Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg contracted by Italy to fight at the Coliseum.
That's not happening.
I know, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, that's
Not
not a
happening.
real headline.
Yeah, of course they're not going to do it. There's no floor on the Coliseum.
Yeah.
But like true gladiators at the Coliseum. That'd be so cool, though.
Well, if they're true
Like-
gladiators, it's not going to be to the death. It's going to be to submission.
Elon
Be
Musk
like
tweeted,
pinky
"Some
up.
chance fight happens in Coliseum."
Watch it be like, it's not going to be at the actual Roman Coliseum. It's just going to be the Coliseum next door to the Roman Coliseum.
Yeah. That'd be so cool, though.
If they fix up the Roman Coliseum,
Or not even fix it up, but like just put a platform in the middle.
that would make more sense. That would make the cage match easier, because then it could just be a hanging cage match. That'd be amazing.
Well, the Coliseum used to have water in it.
Yeah, it also used to have a floor.
Yeah. But then because there was water in it, it collapsed.
Yeah. A lot of things went wrong in the Coliseum.
Yeah. Yeah, and they would have water fights.
Yeah.
Do you think that's when they invented water polo?
No.
No.
Oh.
Unless that was by accident.
Marco Polo came after the Romans, Jared.
I know he came after the Romans, Matthew, but like the sport could have come and then they renamed it.
I'll rename your face.
Just like how soccer was invented in 19 whatever the fuck, but people were kicking a ball like for eons. The Mayans were doing it before then.
I was like the memes where it's like football was invented in 1910. And people in like 1909, they're just like, I can't move this ball. My hands are
What
full.
the fuck am I supposed to do with this?
Yeah.
I like how... See, football makes sense because it's a ball you kick with your foot. But you look at an actual like American football, it's not a ball shaped. It looks more like an egg. And you only kick it once or twice in the entirety of the game.
Well, you kick it often.
You kick it twice.
Kick it often.
You have kickoff and then you have like field goal kick. And that's it.
No, you have punting.
Okay, you have punting. That's 3.
So I was looking up when running was invented. Someone said, did you know that running was invented in 1748 by Thomas Tunning when he tried walking twice?
I don't think that's right because the marathon run was invented during the Battle of Marathon.
What year was
That was that's like the Greek city-states.
Yeah,
way back
ancient
when.
Greek, Roman, what was that? Peloponnesian War?
I don't remember, but I just think it's funny because this isn't my own thoughts. This is something I read as well. This guy runs 26 miles to marathon to warn them of an incoming invasion and then dies.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then we celebrate that by doing the same distance and not dying.
If anything, that's just dunking on him.
Yeah.
It's just like, look at us, we're better than this guy, and he's watching from wherever. His spirit's like, well, fuck you.
And then we're like, you know what? That's not hard enough. Let's make it harder, and let's do it. Because isn't like a triathlon the distance of a marathon?
It's the distance of a marathon,
But
like
doing three
different things.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, let's make it difficult. Now, instead of just running, let's also swim, and then also let's ride a bike.
Well, the riding the bike is the easy part. It's the swimming and the running part that makes you want to die.
Yeah.
Just fucking dunk on this guy.
On him specifically.
Fucking weakling. We'll show you how it's done.
And that guy was a soldier too. Yeah. That's an even bigger dunk. I'm better than a soldier from ancient Greece.
It's like, how do you come up with that idea where it's like, yeah, let's do that? Because if I was back then, I'd be like, man, he ran 0.1 miles.
Yeah.
I'd be like, damn, that's probably the limit humans can do. We should never do that. We should stay away from that.
That's why we have horses and carts.
Yeah. Instead, people are like, no, I'm going to do that.
Also,
and then I'm going to live just to say, fuck you.
It became like a military thing where they're like, this is helpful for information.
Oh, it's like, all right,
traveling.
cool. That's
so
where people died.
We'll train people to do this and make it a regular thing.
Yeah. And now it's well, it's not even a competition. I don't even know. I mean, it is a competition and it is a sport, but it's like people just do it like in a non-competitive, non-sport
way.
They just do it just to do it. Some people are like, yeah, I'm just going to run 26 miles.
Yeah, they just do it to be like, the term weekend warriors always comes to mind whenever people are like, yeah, I just ran a marathon like last weekend. It's like, was there an event? It's like, no, I just felt like it. It's like, what are you made of?
So is a marathon a measure of distance? Or is it an event?
I think it's
yes.
an event.
I'm going to go with yes.
Because that's the thing, if someone says I ran a marathon, you know exactly how long that is.
Yeah. Bro, I'm just happy I make it to like 1.8 miles in like 15 minutes.
The fuck, are you Sonic or something?
I run like 8 miles an hour. That's the new record I got this past week. And that's after I do all my leg workouts too.
Is that on the treadmill?
No, it's an elliptical.
Oh.
Takes me like 15 to 20 minutes to run a mile. Because I slightly light jog. I fast walk.
Yeah, mind you, I don't do it straight. Like, for those of you who are concerned about me passing out or throwing up, like, I run for 4 miles. For 4 minutes, I do like a brisk walk at like 5 miles an hour for a minute, and then I pick it up, and then I interspace that.
Shout out to when we were 13, we could run an 8-minute mile.
What the fuck were they trying to... Yeah, I couldn't do that either.
No, I was at like the 10 or 11 minute.
Oh.
I couldn't either, dude. Like, my lungs were shit.
Oh, shit.
I think like 8 was like, if you wanted the A, it was 8.
Yeah.
B was 9. C, 10. D was 11 minutes, and I was at that like 10-minute range.
Bro,
I was getting C's in that.
I don't know why. I don't know what my like class or grade unit was made up of, but it seemed like everyone was lapping me in that 8-minute mile like run, and I was like, "What the fuck are you kids made of?"
It's like the kids that treat gym class like it's the fucking Olympics, and it's like, bro, calm down.
I didn't even know that the mile run was graded differently.
I didn't even know it was graded.
I thought it was just like a pass-fail kind of thing.
I think like in the end, yeah. Or if anything, they told us that just to incentivize us.
Okay. It didn't work.
No.
Yeah. No.
I kind of prefer the fitness grand pacer test to the
Oh
8-mile
no,
run.
fuck that.
That sucked. That was awful.
I will never do that.
Well, at least in that case, like, yeah, it's graded, but at the very least, you're not running for a mile for 8 fucking minutes.
I feel like you shouldn't be graded on that because, like, if you're someone who, you could be
asthmatic,
you could be obese, and even if like you were any of those things and you worked out every day, you still can only do so much.
That's true.
That's why your gym grade should be based on the effort put in rather than the result.
Yeah, and like that's the thing too is like you can tell who's actually putting the effort and who's just like, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the means should justify the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
But what do we know?
We're not PE
Or gym should just be participation grade. Yeah, cool. Do as much as you can, but you just gotta participate.
Gamer, I just don't want to get hit in the face by a fastball special dodgeball. That's happened to me before.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And it wasn't even like the kickball, like tong sounding ones. It was like one of the foam ones. Oh. That shit hurt.
I was playing kickball once, and then the person kicked it, boom, right in my face. Ugh. Just straight shot.
I hear it. I hear that that
I
rubber.
Smell it.
I smell it. I hear it. I feel it.
Hurt.
I feel like it would be worse if it hits you like square in the chest, because that could just knock the wind out of you.
Yeah. That's one of the scariest things, was getting the wind knocked out of me. I think it was when I was in gym, like when I first remember at least experiencing it, was trying to climb the rope. I was never able to climb the rope.
Oh God!
I had no upper body strength when I was a child.
Me neither.
I probably could do it now. I know I could do it now. I could do the knotted one. I couldn't do the regular one.
Yeah.
But I think like I tried to, and I probably was on the knotted one. Maybe got like 2 or 3 up, and then I slipped, and then and knocked the wind out of me, and I was like, "Ugh, I'm dying."
Holy shit,
dude! I got made fun of because I could barely do a pull up in elementary school. It's like,
haha, you can barely do. I'm kidding.
I can do one now.
Only one though.
Only one.
And then my arms just kind of dislocate.
Yeah.
I become the ring girl. It's just. But no, like, I swear, half of the guys my age were like in some sort of sport or something in elementary school, and I'm like, who is doing this to these kids that is just like, yeah, go into junior football and break your limbs?
Well, that's the thing too. Is like I had the endurance when I was younger, because I did martial arts, but I did taekwondo, and that's all legs.
Yeah,
it's all kicking. So my upper body, well, it did have some strength to it, but it didn't have the same amount of time being put into it as other kids that were able to do the 50 pull-ups or whatnot.
Yeah, like 20 push-ups one-handed.
Yeah.
You know, a fun fact about Taekwondo, it was a martial arts designed to fight people on horseback.
Really?
Yeah.
The more you know.
Yeah, the more you know. Because when you think about it, you had China and the Mongols.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think like how that would work.
With the kicks?
Clearly it didn't, because the Mongols conquered China still.
Well, Taekwondo's Korean.
Oh.
That's true.
They still conquered Korea.
There you go. Well, when you think about like some of the blocks.
Oh yeah, the block mix. I was thinking more just like the attacks. I was like, how am I supposed to kick someone who's on a horse?
You kick the horse.
Apparently.
I don't know, that horse is going to fucking plow you to the ground.
Yeah,
you aim for the side of the horse.
I kick the horse ain't going to feel much. The horse kicks me, I'm dead.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or at least very maimed.
Yeah.
Y'all ever seen what it's like to get bitten by a horse?
Pain?
Very.
Yeah.
Because it's flat teeth. It's not like the way we have ours where it's like sort of curled in. Yeah. It's just a flat surface. So it's like basically taking 2 hard rocks and just...
Like a vice grip.
Yeah, basically. It's like a vice grip.
Damn.
And horses refuse to let go.
Yeah, since we're omnivores, our teeth, like the front teeth are made to rip flesh.
Yeah, we got 2 enhanced canines.
Yeah.
But then horses being herbivores.
Yeah, they're just made to crush.
Yep.
Yeah.
Horses are also very dumb. Like,
they can be, yeah.
Yeah, you can work a horse to literal death. That's why the phrase stubborn as a mule comes to play, because mules are smarter. They know their limits.
Yeah.
This is what I learned when I worked at a ranch. Horses are dumb, mules are smart.
Today at work, I had there's like one guy in the office who like is kind of like the butt of the joke, where everyone like kind of like picks on him, but like no, but like he's aware of it. Yeah, kind of like Jarod.
Sorry, Jarod.
But it's getting better.
It's not like too bad. Where it's just like
Jared's level. It's not like the level Jared's at.
No, because like it's still civil in the workplace. Okay. Where it's like
where it's not civil here.
Well, I mean it's civil for the workplace.
Oh.
Where someone. I'll just give him a different name. I'll just call him
Henry.
Henry, sure. He'll be calling to someone else at the desk, and he'll be like, "Hey, John," and John will be like, "What, Henry?" But it's not like you can tell with the tone of his voice, like he's kidding. And today, the head of one of the departments was walking through to talk to someone who I sit next to, and he passed by Henry, and he goes to the boss. He goes, "Hey," and the boss goes, "Hay's for horses. Luckily, you don't eat hay because you're a jackass." And then just kept walking, and we're all like, "What the heck happened?" It was like a whole like saying that like is a saying. It's like hay's for horses, but blah blah blah. He said it so the boss said it without skipping a beat.
Oh my God.
And we were all like, "Wait, what just happened?" But it was funny.
Y'all just witnessed a freaking murder in the workplace.
Yeah, because like we were all laughing too. But then it was funny because a little bit passed, and then the boss came back over by Henry, and he was like, "Hey, Henry, I just want to let you know that like you're doing a great job, and I'm really proud of the work that you're doing and everything like that." And he's like, "Oh, well, thanks." And the thing is, because Henry is like always kind of like the butt of the joke, I was waiting for it to be like a backhanded comment or something like that. And he was like, and he didn't. It was just normal.
Okay.
And he was like, "Oh, you must have felt really bad about that joke, didn't you?" He's like, "Yeah, I felt really bad. I'm sorry." So he's just trying to make up for it. But it was, the interaction was just like, holy shit. It went from 0 to 100 out of nowhere.
He was just like, I was just saying hello. What the fuck?
Yeah, and because like the boss just walked past Henry's desk and didn't stop and just said that whole thing and just kept going.
He did that in one fell swoop?
He did it in one swoop.
Wow. Oh, he must have been planning that whole day. He was just like, all right, I'm gonna see
it's
Henry.
It's the Friday before a holiday. He's ready to go home.
I feel that, dude. Like, I was sitting at my desk. I was done with all of my duties, and I was just like, I could leave right now.
Yeah, and it would be different.
It was like 2 p.m. and I was like, I could leave right now, and no one would be any the wiser. But I stayed because I'm a fucking coward? I don't know.
I don't know, because that's your responsibility. That's your job.
True. Also, my boss would have chewed me out for it.
Yeah. Now, I had one of my coworkers who I'm really close with. He's also a nerd, too. He plays D&D, plays Zelda, stuff like that. And I had posted on the channel me reacting to the Nintendo Direct while at work. And he subscribed to our YouTube channel, and he had texted me because he was out at a conference in a different state, and he was like, "I saw your reaction while at work. That was really funny." And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." I was like worried. I was like, "Oh shit, I forgot. He's following. Is he gonna
can't say anything?"
Yeah, is he gonna say something? Is he gonna? And I talked about it with him. It just came up in conversation. He's like, "No, I don't care." Because also he's like,
he's gonna hear this podcast.
Yeah, right.
Now he's gonna kick my butt.
And he said too, he's like, "You do your work, and you do good work." So it's like, I know, and you can see in the video, I am working. You hear emails coming through. So it's not like it was anything crazy.
That's what's nice about the chill office jobs.
Yeah.
When you have the cool managers who only care that you get your work done and don't really care about much else.
Yeah.
Those are nice.
So long as you adhere to the work rules and get your work done, that's literally all that matters.
Yeah.
Unless you work for the government on my end.
Yeah.
At which point then, fuck fun.
And every now and then we always joke about in our team meetings in IT for when people are working from home, you put air quotes around it. It's like, yeah, today I'm going to work from home. And it's like, all right, we know that means you're just going to keep your computer open for emails and respond to them, but you're really just going to do whatever you want while at home.
That's pretty much how it works.
Yeah. And I feel like anyone and any job ever, anywhere, if you're going to work from home, you're not really going to work from home.
I strongly disagree. Whenever my dad works from home, he works from home. Like, he gets up, he puts on, like, his normal work attire, he goes upstairs to his office, and he works.
And sometimes that's what you need.
Oh yeah, I mean, like if you got stuff to do, but a lot of the times it would be like, all right, I'm taking a half day in the office. second half of the day, I'm going to work from home.
Dude, even when my dad's on vacation, he's answering emails, and it's like, dude, like, those can wait. Relax.
Yeah, that's the one thing. You gotta draw the line at some point.
He's a workaholic, but he does good work.
Yeah.
I can't fault the man for that.
So the reason I brought the work from home thing too is because there's been a time or two where I've worked from home, and I was thinking about it, and I was telling my coworker, and I was like, I'm glad I was considering adding you as a friend on the Switch, but if there was a time where you had off or you were sick, and I worked from home, and then all of a sudden we're both online, it's like, how about that? Something's not matching up. And he's like. And I told him, but I was like, but I'm also not worried because I don't think you would rat me out because also I do my work. He's like, yeah, I wouldn't say anything. And I was like, cool. So it's like we kind of had like a very bonding moment where it's like we look out for each other, where it's also like we know each other are doing our work, and if we slack off, we'll do whatever. And I think there was just one day where while at work, we were just talking for a good while. We were talking about work stuff, but like we talked for like an hour about work stuff.
You know what?
Yeah.
Didn't do anything, and it was like, damn.
You know what just happened there in persona terms?
Yeah.
Your social rank?
Yeah, the social rank definitely went up.
That coworker will now die for you.
Yeah.
That is kind of fucked up how that works.
It really is, yeah.
It's just like, you're up one rank. You're now mutual acquaintances. Now you will die for each other. It's like, what the fuck what? We barely know each other's like last names, and now it's like, yep, I will lay my life on the line for you. My brother in arms. It's like, what?
Something that I also recently learned too, you guys could probably relate to this too, where it's in the company, I think almost in the whole building, full time at least, I am the youngest employee.
Yeah.
Not at mine.
No?
No.
I feel like the only people who are close to my age are like some of the interns, and then there's like one other guy who is an agent.
Okay.
And I think he's like maybe in his 30s.
Yeah, there's like a couple part-time people and a couple interns that are around our age.
Oh, you're not counting interns?
Not counting interns.
Then I don't know if I'm the youngest. It's pretty close.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's at least 2 people my age.
Oh, okay.
2 other people my age.
Well, that's lucky.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my coworker who I grew that social stat with, I think he's only like a couple years older than me.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't even guess. I don't actually know. Because the thing is, like, once you get out of college, unless you are significantly older than someone.
Yeah, unless you're, like, past your 30s.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah. And he doesn't have kids, so it's not like he's that much older either, but he's married. So it's like...
That's still a wide range.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially given now, it feels like every other person I know is getting married, and I'm here like, I have an apartment now.
Exactly.
All my own.
That's what I'm saying.
It only took me... Fuck! Please stop!
Yeah. All right, well, I think we're getting to the hour anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Probably.
Yeah, it's almost 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I went by quick.
Yeah. Well, it has been a while since we've done one of these.
Yeah, we'll have to do it again and get Dan and Michael back.
Yes. And maybe George.
If
the stars align and the eclipse occurs and it's a full blood blue moon.
Yeah.
I mean, that has happened this year, which is wild.
The blood moon and the blue moon?
Blood moon eclipse.
Oh, okay.
Which I feel like that's some dark magic.
Wouldn't the blood moon be the eclipse?
Yes and no. Because you can have a blood moon without an eclipse.
Well, what makes it blood?
When...
Is it like a lunar eclipse?
The way I thought it worked was when
Let's look it up.
Yeah, during a lunar eclipse, the sunlight... the sunlight that comes kind of comes through Earth's atmosphere and hits the moon,
so
and that's
red.
all only red light, the low frequency stuff that comes back. That's what I thought it was.
It must be near the eclipse then, but not actually the eclipse. Because if it was the solar eclipse, we would know if it was the solar eclipse.
In a total lunar eclipse, the entire moon falls within the darkest part of Earth's shadow, called the umbra. When the moon is within the umbra, it will turn a reddish hue. Lunar eclipses are sometimes called blood moons.
So it is the same.
Okay. So
Yeah.
it is. Well, the more we know.
Sorry, a solar eclipse and a blood moon.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Actually, yeah. Now that as I think about it, it makes sense. So yeah, if you've got the sun, the moon. No, sorry, the sun, Earth, and the moon. Yeah, the sun is perfectly blocked around Earth, and that the parts that are coming around Earth. Mm-hmm. Okay, now I understand how you were saying it. I was envisioning it like coming around Earth, bouncing off something.
I
Well,
mean, when
kind of.
I was
Yeah.
gonna
Well,
say-
no, it's just barely coming around.
'Cause
Basically, if you were
gravity.
sitting on the moon, it would be a solar eclipse.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, when we think about it, when the moon is glowing, that's just the sun reflecting off of the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we never see the other side.
Speaking of
Speaking of,
shut the fuck up. Speaking of eclipse, when are we getting that Star Wars Eclipse game?
no.
I thought that guy. No, never mind. There was
No,
a
it
different
was a
Star
different
Wars.
one. That was
Like, I
Star
can't
Wars
remember.
Outlaw.
Yeah.
Which that one looks really good. It's also done by Ubisoft, which makes me concerned.
I thought
Yeah,
there was
we
a Star
should
Wars
be.
game that got canceled recently.
I think you're right. I forgot what it was.
I think it wasn't any of those two though that we just mentioned.
No.
Rip Titanfall 3.
We're never getting Titanfall 3.
They started making Titanfall 3, and then they were like, nah, let's just go all in on Apex Legends.
I was
Fuck.
about to ask, who did Titanfall?
Bungie?
Respawn.
No, Respawn.
Oh, it was Respawn.
What did Bungie do? Destiny. That's what I'm
Destiny.
thinking.
Yeah.
Wait.
Destiny's almost done. They've announced their next thing too.
Oh, nice.
Isn't it still just part of Destiny 2 though?
No.
Isn't the one robot guy that died come back?
Yeah, he does. That's stupid. I hate.
Technically,
As
we
much
didn't
as
see
I-
a body.
As much as I like, no, we did.
Oh,
As much as I like Cade,
what the fuck?
he should have stayed dead.
Yeah, we saw a body. That doesn't make any sense. And the
unless
rules,
they explain it very well.
the rules of cinematic clearly state unless there's a body, they're alive.
This is video game, not cinema. And
At this point, they're synonymous.
in Destiny, the general thing is space magic.
Yeah.
This works because space magic.
Yeah, like Star Wars. How does that work? It's a long time ago, far away.
I mean,
Space magic. Yeah.
yeah, like how does Fennec Shad survive space
A long
magic?
time ago, far away.
Biomechanics.
But
All right, we'll wrap it up then.
Yeah, we're doing the Midwestern goodbye thing
Yes.
again.
All right,
Right.
thank you everyone for
So
listening
anyway.
into SideQuest Podcast. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, follow us, hit the notification bell, all that jazz.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch. Come check us out at Fan Expo Chicago.
Would you please stop?
So come check us out at Fan
Fondling me
Expo
with the
Chicago
phone.
in August.
Please stop fondling me with the foam.
And we will catch you next time.
Bye-bye.